In the world of football, there are competitors, there are warriors, and then there are men like Mike Vrabel, men who seem carved from the very essence of the sport itself. His name doesn't just evoke memories of hard hits and championship glory, but of toughness, discipline, and an uncompromising will to win. From his days as a linebacker who terrorized quarterbacks to his evolution as a head coach who inspires the same grit in his players, Vrabel's journey reflects everything that football stands for: resilience, intelligence, and relentless belief. Born on August 14, 1975, in Akron, Ohio, Michael George Vrabel grew up in a working-class family that valued effort above all. He wasn't born into the spotlight or destined for celebrity. His rise came from sweat, sacrifice, and self-belief. Growing up in the heart of football country, Vrabel's competitive spirit was forged early. Whether on the playground or the practice field, his intensity set him apart. He didn't need to be the biggest or the fastest. He was the most determined. That mindset would become his defining trait for the next 3 decades. At Walsh Jesuit High School, Vrabel's athleticism and football IQ stood out almost immediately. He wasn't just a physical presence. He was a thinker, a strategist, someone who saw the game differently. His coaches often said he had a coach's brain, even as a teenager, able to anticipate plays before they unfolded. It was clear that his understanding of football ran deeper than instinct. It was intellectual, methodical, and deeply passionate. That combination of intelligence and aggression earned him a scholarship to Ohio State University, one of the most storied programs in the nation. As a Buckeye, Vrabel quickly established himself as one of the most dominant defensive ends in college football. His motor never stopped. Every down, every snap, he attacked the line with the same fury. He became a 2-time Big Ten Defensive Lineman of the Year, earning All-American honors and cementing his place among Ohio State legends. His college career wasn't just about stats, it was about setting a tone. He played with an edge, a hunger that inspired his teammates and intimidated his opponents. When the Pittsburgh Steelers drafted Vrabel in the 3rd round of the 1997 NFL Draft, his professional journey officially began, though the road wasn't smooth. In Pittsburgh, he was a backup in a stacked defense, playing mostly on special teams and in limited roles. But rather than grow frustrated, Vrabel studied. He watched veterans closely, learned the intricacies of schemes, and honed his understanding of the game. He wasn't just collecting experience. He was preparing for the moment his opportunity would arrive. That moment came when he joined the New England Patriots in 2001. Under Bill Belichick, Vrabel found the perfect system for his skill set and mentality. Belichick valued intelligence, versatility, and toughness, 3 qualities Vrabel embodied completely. What followed was one of the most iconic chapters in modern NFL history. As a linebacker in the Patriots dynasty years, Vrabel became the embodiment of the Patriot way. He was dependable, physical, and selfless. But what truly made Vrabel legendary was his uncanny ability to deliver in the biggest moments. While he was a defensive star, he also became one of the league's most surprising offensive weapons. Belichick trusted him enough to line him up as a tight end in goal line situations, and Vrabel delivered. He caught 10 career touchdown passes, including touchdowns in Super Bowls 38 and XXXIX. His ability to perform in any role made him invaluable. He was the rare kind of player who could change a game with a single play, on either side of the ball. More importantly, Vrabel was the emotional core of that Patriots defense. He led by example, not volume. Teammates described him as demanding but fair, sharp but loyal. He was the type who'd push you to your limit, and then make sure you crossed it. His preparation was legendary. Film sessions weren't just a requirement. For Vrabel, they were a form of art. He dissected offenses, memorized tendencies, and anticipated plays like a chess grandmaster. During his 8 seasons in New England, Vrabel became a 3-time Super Bowl champion, a first-team All-Pro, and one of the most respected voices in the locker room. He wasn't the flashiest, but he was the most complete. Every coach dreams of having a player like him, someone who brings toughness, accountability, and intelligence to every single rep. After New England, Vrabel spent 2 seasons with the Kansas City Chiefs, serving as both player and mentor. Even as his physical skills began to fade, his leadership only grew. Younger players gravitated toward him, learning not just how to play, but how to think the game. When he retired after the 2010 season, it felt like the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. His destiny wasn't to leave the game, it was to teach it. Shortly after hanging up his cleats, Vrabel transitioned into coaching, returning to his alma mater, Ohio State, as the linebackers coach. The move felt natural. He brought with him the same demanding energy that defined his playing career. His players often said he coached with an intensity that made you both fear and respect him, a balance that great coaches master. He wasn't there to be liked. He was there to make you better. In 2014, Vrabel's coaching career took him back to the NFL, joining the Houston Texans as their linebackers coach. Under his guidance, players like Whitney Mercilus and Jadeveon Clowney flourished. The Texans' defense became one of the most aggressive and disciplined in the league. By 2017, Vrabel was promoted to defensive coordinator, continuing to build a reputation as one of football's sharpest minds. He had officially crossed the bridge from respected player to commanding coach. Then came the opportunity that would define the next stage of his career. In 2018, Vrabel was hired as the head coach of the Tennessee Titans. Many wondered how his fiery, old-school mentality would mesh with a modern NFL locker room. The answer came swiftly. It worked perfectly. Vrabel's Titans were a reflection of him, gritty, fearless, and fundamentally sound. He didn't inherit a dynasty. He built a culture. Under Vrabel, the Titans embraced physical football, running the ball with authority, playing disciplined defense, and never backing down from anyone. His partnership with Derrick Henry, the bruising running back who seemed to embody Vrabel's mindset, became the soul of the team. Together, they led a blue-collar resurgence in Tennessee that reminded fans what old-school football looked like. Vrabel's coaching style is direct, demanding, and deeply personal. He holds his players accountable, but he also earns their respect through honesty. He doesn't sugarcoat failure, but he also celebrates effort. Players love playing for him because they know exactly where they stand. He preaches adaptability, toughness, and football intelligence, values that echo his own playing career. One of his defining coaching moments came in 2019 when the Titans made a stunning playoff run. After starting the season 2-4, Vrabel's leadership sparked a turnaround that culminated in the team upsetting both the New England Patriots and the Baltimore Ravens in the playoffs. Those games were symbolic, not just for the victories, but for what they represented. Vrabel, the former Patriot, outcoached his old mentor Bill Belichick in a playoff showdown, using clever clock management and situational mastery to secure the win. His Titans weren't supposed to be there, but they were, because they reflected his belief that preparation and toughness can overcome anything. In 2021, Vrabel's brilliance was recognized when he was named the NFL Coach of the Year. That season, despite a roster decimated by injuries, he led the Titans to the AFC's top seed, proving that his approach wasn't just motivational. It was tactical, adaptable, and rooted in mastery of the details. Every game plan was meticulous. Every decision had purpose. And even when critics doubted, Vrabel's results spoke louder than words. Yet beyond the accolades, what sets Vrabel apart is his authenticity. He's not a politician in front of microphones. He's not interested in media narratives. He's blunt, honest, and unapologetically himself. When he speaks, it's from the heart. When he coaches, it's with conviction. His players know he'd go to war for them, and that kind of loyalty can't be faked. In an era where coaching often becomes about analytics and presentation, Vrabel remains beautifully human. He understands that football isn't played on spreadsheets. It's played on grit, emotion, and trust. His teams mirror that philosophy. They're never the flashiest, but they're always among the toughest. They hit hard, they play disciplined, and they never quit. That's Vrabel football. Off the field, Vrabel is as grounded as he is competitive. He's a devoted husband and father, known for keeping his family close despite the chaos of NFL life. His humor, dry, sharp, and brutally honest, has become part of his charm. Teammates and players alike tell stories of his sarcasm, his one-liners, and his ability to keep things light even in high-pressure moments. That balance, between seriousness and humor, between intensity and approachability, is what makes him such an effective leader. Even when adversity hits, Vrabel stands firm. When the Titans face tough seasons, he doesn't deflect blame or make excuses. He shoulders responsibility, protects his players, and focuses on solutions. His accountability sets a standard, one that ripples through the entire organization. Looking at his career as a whole, both as a player and coach, one thing becomes clear. Mike Vrabel is football incarnate. He's lived every layer of the sport, from college dominance to Super Bowl glory to sideline leadership. He's experienced the highs of championships and the lows of defeat, but through it all, he's remained unshakably true to himself and to the game. His legacy isn't just built on wins or titles, it's built on culture. Everywhere he's gone, Vrabel has left behind a foundation of discipline, respect, and toughness. Players who've worked under him often carry his lessons for the rest of their careers. Lessons about accountability, preparation, and resilience. As fans, we look at Mike Vrabel and see more than a coach or former linebacker. We see a man who personifies football spirit. The grit, the grind, the relentless pursuit of excellence. It's all there, written into his life story. And when the history of this era of football is written, Vrabel's name will stand tall among the leaders who shaped it. Not because he chased glory, but because he demanded greatness from everyone around him, including himself. To Mike Vrabel, thank you for showing us what real toughness looks like, for proving that leadership isn't about words but actions, and for reminding us that football, at its core, is a game of heart. And to the fans who've cheered him on, through every battle, every season, every moment of triumph and pain, thank you for being part of the journey. Because Mike Vrabel's story isn't just about football. It's about resilience. It's about authenticity. It's about a man who never stopped believing that hard work, honesty, and grit can take you anywhere. And as the next generation of players and coaches look to carry the torch forward, they'll remember his blueprint. Prepare like a professional, play like a warrior, and lead like a man who's earned every scar. Thank you for watching and for celebrating one of football's fiercest competitors and greatest leaders. If you enjoyed this tribute to Mike Vrabel, a man who has lived, breathed, and led football in its purest form, be sure to like, share, and stay tuned for more stories honoring the legends who define the game.